Hi, I'm Lawanda Pulley, and welcome to The City Speaks. We have a guest here today. I know that's something that's a little bit unusual for us and whatever, but we have with us Ms. Rhonda Pittman. Rhonda came on today for us to let you have a little insight into COVID and how it affects families and stuff. So Rhonda's also a business owner. So Rhonda, first of all, welcome to the show, and tell us a little bit about your business.
Well, my business is Lifesaver Resources Incorporated, and we provide home care services, in-home aid services. They go to the home to provide toilet and bathing, dressing, ambulation, assisting with light housekeeping duties, not in-depth housekeeping duties, but everything that's related to assisting the patient.
Oh, that's a beautiful thing. Black-owned businesses here in Rocky Mount. So tell them where you're located.
I'm located at 167 South Winstead Avenue, Rocky Mount, North Carolina.
Oh, okay. So Rhonda's a business owner, okay? And just to let you know that COVID is no respecter of persons, okay? So Rhonda, you were positive for COVID.
Yes.
Okay, so tell us when you were positive.
My first test was on May 30th. It was through a community effort with your organization. I was out to help, no symptoms, thought I was okay, and then I got tested at the end of the clinic that day, and the results came back.
Came back positive?
Yes.
Okay, so at that time, Rhonda was positive, and you have a husband.
Yes.
And tell us about the timeline from where you knew you were positive and your husband got sick.
I was positive May 30th, so my test results came back maybe 2 or 3 days later. We learned that my husband was sick. Well, he actually came home normal, like everything was okay. And then later that evening, I'm gonna say between 1 and 5 o'clock, in that little brief amount of time, he called me with a fever. And he says, "Oh, I'm burning up." And I say, "Okay, I'm on my way home." We get there, take the temperature, he's at 101.5. Fast forward to June 19th, he gets the positive test results. Thank you to Halo. And moving forward on the 21st, we had to go to the ER. He was diagnosed with pneumonia. They sent us home. And then we tried to treat the symptoms. We got calls from Nash County. They tried to check up on us and make sure that we were okay. Not normally does he want to talk to anybody, but this time he was like listening, and I didn't get all the information. So fast forward to June 27th, we had to admit to the ER at UNC Nash, and he was having terrible breathing problems. All his symptoms were like crashing down on him, and he had a low oxygen level. He was down to 88. His respirations were double what it should have been. So if I didn't have friends in the community like you, a couple other people that work in the healthcare field, I wouldn't have known what to do. We didn't get a whole lot of guidance from Nash County, the contact, I guess, trying to make sure that we're doing contact tracing, find out how we were. I got one call from them. So fast forward to his discharge. He discharged on June 30th, and he came home. Everything went well until later in the month, he had some liver problems. I guess from us treating the symptoms and not knowing that if he had pre-existing conditions or things that you had had seen the doctor before and had prescriptions for, we were doing what we knew to do. If you had a fever, you got Tylenol. If you did something else, you got whatever over the counter you could get. So we tried to do the best we could with what we had, and it caused other problems. So July 28th, he had to go in and be seen for his liver, which was a heightened enzyme count. So here we are now. He's back at work. He's doing fine. He lost from June 15th to June 30th. I think he lost like 25 pounds.
25 pounds, that's a lot.
25 pounds.
So we just want people to understand some firsthand information about people who have gone through COVID. Here it is, one spouse, absolutely no symptoms, didn't get sick, had absolutely nothing going on, and within a 14-day period, her spouse was deathly ill and had to be admitted into the hospital. And this is what we're trying to tell you. They say you're supposed to do your quarantine, and the health department's role is to check up on you and make sure that you have everything that you need. And really, how do you feel about the services you got like that? You say you got one call?
I got one call from Nash County, and it's very possible they called and spoke to him, but he never told me that he spoke to them a second time. I did not know what to do, except for what little CNA training I had last year, 2 years ago, and taking vital signs. I was documenting everything by an app called Temperature, and taking notes, calling you, calling other friends in the healthcare field, trying to find out if he's in the danger zone. Do I take him to the ER? When do I take him to the ER? He had to come here for fluids. Going over to the family side, he had other family members that had to be treated as well. So we can't say that it came from interacting with family, the job, community work. We don't know the point of infection. We don't know where that came from. It's just you gotta deal with it as it comes. You can't just try to blame anyone or any person, or because I was asymptomatic. I was still operating my business. I was trying to practice social distancing and wearing my mask and washing my hands, different things like that. But I was still out in the community. I was going. I could go to Sam's, I could go to Walmart, I could go these places because I was essential. I had to work. It's a home care agency, so I have to provide services. So there's nowhere to blame. It's here and it's serious. It's something that people just need to know their status. And I've told so many people with my experience with Halo Hands, get tested, find out what your status is. If you don't know your status, you don't know how to behave around other people. You don't know how to protect them from you or you from them. I'm asymptomatic, so I have to take precaution everywhere I go. Wear the mask, wash the hands, take the sanitizer, and try to take the extra measure, whether it's me or the next person. So
we just wanted to share this story with you. Not in so much as we're trying to point out this family, but that this could happen to your family. Anybody could be asymptomatic and not knowing. That's why it's important that you practice the social distancing. Wear your mask, wash your hands, travel and have interactions as little as possible. That's all we're trying to get the message across for. Nothing more. Nothing more. But just like it happened to her family, it could happen to yours, it could happen to mine. So that's it for today. We thank you for tuning in. This is The City Speaks. I want to thank Rhonda, our guest, for sharing her family story with us. And be sure to tune in for our next episode. And we'll see you here, Halo Hands Foundation, 1107 West Raleigh Boulevard. Know your status.